Welcome everybody to Mentor Mondays, and today is Woman Empowering Woman. I actually decided that it was a change. It's a new year, and instead of just Woman Empowering Woman, we're going to do Woman Empowering the World because that's what we do, right? We empower. We are the engine and the motor of our families, of our communities, of our churches. There's just so much that as women we do, and sometimes we forget to give ourselves that value. So thank you everyone that is here, and Woman Empowering Man too, because Luis Gonzalez is here. Hi Luis. So today is March 28th, and let me introduce to you your mentor and your beautiful host. I'm just here co-hosting. You're beautiful and very, very feminine. I just love everything about Gabby because it's the way that she leads and deals with all the things, home and business, that makes this Mentor Monday, the last of every month, a special one. So Gabby, say hello to your people.
Well, good morning from San Diego, California. It is a gloomy day, and I hope it picks up because there's clouds everywhere. It's crazy weather. It's hot one day, cold the next. I think the weather's bipolar. It needs some good probiotics, that's for sure, if you're bipolar, but that's another meeting. But anyhow, yes, I hope that I'm able to share some really, really good, just things that I've been doing this past, I guess these past 2 weeks. And I'm sure Claudia loves this theme. It's not actually the theme that we have advertised because I changed it in the last minute because I feel this one's a little better. Anyway, okay, Claudia, go ahead.
I still managed it. She said, oh my God, I'm so excited about something that is happening. And I said, it's okay, we'll combine both because what I've organized for you, and I love to hear Gabby talk. And so that's why I just arranged a few more slides, and I'm going to give you, Gabby, the honor to start, but let me just lead you. So it's still going to be prospecting, sharing edibles, but I'll tell you why. And this is so I'm gonna put Gabby on the second slide. Let me just give you a few head starters here of why this topic and what Gabby's going to share about what is happening to her in her life is important. So let me start by we always want to do a business. This is a different kind of space. Gabby gives us a lot of her personal life, and I love it because this is what people want to hear. We can hear other people or me talking about prospecting and this thing. This is the part that I do. But when you hear Gabby and Dave talking from the heart, the things that they do, the things that they do at home, this is, I know, what we all want to hear. I still managed to do the other little part in case there's new people, and so let's talk about why we choose these topics. So one thing is we are in a network marketing company, so it doesn't matter what we're talking about. The one thing we need to remember is we are in a network marketing company. And the most important thing about being in the network marketing company and attracting people. So what I decided to do with this first slide, when Gabby said, I really want to talk about this, I said, perfect, is everything you do throughout the day and everything you do throughout the week must manifest into the person that you are in your business. And so this is what Gabby is. Gabby is about right now new things that she's trying and healthy decisions. And so this first slide, I called it attracting is the new prospecting, because prospecting is great. We love that word. It's still, just gathering people into something that you are doing. But you don't want to convince people, you want to attract people. So how do you attract people? How do you attract people to your network marketing business? The first thing you have to be sure is that you are happy with your company and that you're making a decision not to give up. This is what you've chosen for life. You should not be dipping feet in other companies or choosing, this one is better because of this or that. No. You develop an MLM recruiting mindset. Everything I do throughout the day, every word that I speak throughout the day, every action that I make throughout the day, everything I eat, if I'm exercising, everything has to do with for life. Because all day you're making friends. You're making friends online, you're making friends on the supermarket, you're making friends all day. So you need to develop good habits. You need to be prepared at all times. And this is the part where Dave and Gabby teach us. When you're prepared, just be prepared to talk about the things that you're doing. Become the storyteller. Listen to your prospects. Have a magnetic personality. If you love what you're doing, and this is why I chose number 9 as my last one and my favorite one, is do only what you love. Even if we teach you and bring you a lot of topics, like we did oils and we did skincare, and now I'm touching on what you should be eating and your edibles. You only have to do what you love, because this is what's going to make that magnetic personality for people to say, I want to learn more about what she's doing. I want to feel like she's feeling. I want to hear more about what she's saying. And so this is what Gabby's going to talk about. So this is really where I switched it around, and I want to give Gabby the word in here, but I just want to read you a few sentences to kind of talk to you about what we're going to talk today. So the first and most important thing that you must remember every morning is that For Life is the immune system company. And how are you representing that? If you are in a traveling company, there's a lot of network marketing companies that are selling trips. Then you should be traveling, you should be showing people the world and things like that. But if you are in the immune system company, what does that tell you? How do you see yourself representing the immune system company? Because that's what you signed up for. You are the immune system company. You're not in the immune system company. You are the immune system company. So you need to come to this realization. And this is where Gabby got really excited about what she's been doing lately. And that's why I chose her first topic as being healthy pays off. So she's going to tell us a few things about what she has been doing, some changes, because this all represents, I'm going to silence somebody, or let me see who is, Fancy, help me find who is making a little bit of background noise. And the next one is you are what you eat. Signs of an unhealthy lifestyle. So we're going to talk about what do people see if you're healthy, but what are they also seeing if you're unhealthy? And will they really want to join your network marketing company? Now, I don't mean if you're going through something and you are, no, I can't say fix it because this is going to be on a recording, and you're trying to solve this situation. I'm trying to use the right terminology for my policies and procedures. So nothing that we present here, none of our products are going to fix anything. It's your immune system that's going to fix things, right? So the unhealthy lifestyle is going to be represented in everything that you do. So to give you an example, if you're eating in a fast food restaurant that is very salty and it has a lot of grease, and you're trying to tell people about this great company called For Life and how our product helps and supports the immune system, but you're eating unhealthy every day, does that really represent you? You are what you eat. Everything you put in your mouth, everything can kill you or give you more life, give you more years or take away years. So you need to analyze this. So Gabby's going to talk to us a little bit about things that she's been doing this well, she always does great things in the kitchen, but some changes and some things she wants to share with us. And then I'll jump into a part that was the part that I had organized, which is how do we use For Life as way of making For Life snacks that you can use for your social media to share, or to share with your social media, or to share when you go to church, when you go to the kids' game, to your neighbor, to your family. Because at some point, people might just decide they don't want to buy a full-size product. So maybe if you show them how to use that full-size product into different things, and Gabby's the queen of this. So we can talk about more about this topic with her. But that's kind of like where we're going. And then I'm going to give you some examples of how to find healthy edibles that you can use for life. So let's start, Gabby. Let's have a conversation. Let me see just my next slide. Before we jump in, I just want to touch on this one.
Let me sign out. Let me sign out because they keeps kicking me out of the screen. So let me sign out and sign back in, okay?
Okay, I'll touch on the
Why do you do
personal
that?
volume and the loyalty, and that way it gives me time to do this slide. Why is it important to think about this? Number one, we have a commitment. We committed to being in this company, and unless you're just a customer, and if you're in this meeting, you're probably not just a customer, you're probably a leader with a leader mentality, and you want to make income with for life. And so that's the difference. If you're just a customer, that's great. Thank you for being in this meeting. I'm going to teach you some nice recipes. But most of us, if not all, we are leaders. And a lot of the times we say, okay, we have our personal volume. It's 100 points. How am I going to do to make these 100 points worth it? Like how I'm going to, and there's a difference because one thing is just ordering the 100 and one thing is being in loyalty. And we know it is very important to be in loyalty. Very important, but not a necessity. Now, do you know the difference between just being in personal volume and being in loyalty? With personal volume, you can get to title, but with loyalty, you can get your points, you can get your free product, and you get the bonuses. So with personal volume, you just get commissions, but with loyalty, you get more money because you get your me and my three, your builder bonus, correct? So let's leave that there. I want to make sure that everybody knows that difference. Personal volume is designed for personal use. Personal volume should not be something that hurts every month. Oh, it's just that for life, it's so expensive. No, this is your business. If you were to open a restaurant, it would be more expensive. If you were to invest in anything every month to make money, even if you bought a property and you're renting it, which is still residual, that property you need to take care and put up some money, because when the ceiling, when the roof has to be fixed, or the toilet has to be fixed, you're still going to have to invest. So what you need to realize is, how do I invest? How do I invest? Because the investment is very small. We keep saying $100 is a lot. I don't know in Kenya how many it is. If Bansi or Margaret or anybody can tell me how many. So, but most of you handle dollars. So I talk about 100 coins. It's about $100 US. And we say it's a lot. If you say it's a lot, it's going to be a lot. But if you say it's not a lot, it's not going to be a lot. You are the one that needs to send that signal to your brain. Now, the important thing is, what are you receiving in return for your investment? So are you clear about what you get? So in my case, personally, I get health. Like I am not single anymore, but I always say, and I always said it before I was married and I was on a single income and I was raising my son and my mom with an income, and I would first of all put the For Life order into my, as if it was part of my groceries. And it's because for me, being without For Life, it hurts. Like, it is part of my healthy lifestyle. If I don't take the products, I probably will go back to other things that my body was not doing before I started For Life. And so now I'm going to let Gabby talk, and then she's going to talk a little bit about that experience she's having. I'm going to take off the presentation so we can see her face and smile, and then I'll go back on how you can profit with your 100 LP. Did she come in again?
Not yet.
Not yet. Let me see if she wrote me. And while she comes in, let's continue. She's probably plugging in her computer again. So I'll just continue, and then Bansi will let me know when she's in. Ready? Okay, so first of all, for this presentation, I wanted to talk about creativity. If you wanted to give somebody a sample even though we get some free product when we're putting our 125 LP, a full-size sample, it's expensive. Like, would you give out, even if it's a lotion or a toothpaste, we don't want to really give them the complete bottle, right? Because we don't know if they're going to buy it or not. And what we prefer is to get that bottle divided into, you know, different samples. And we've talked about samples before, so this is not a topic about samples. We've talked about, if you put your lotion in different containers, you can use it for 10 different clients, right? So that's not my point today. My point is you have to get even more creative, because what you really want to do with a sample is create a conversation about your product, conversation about for life, conversation about what you're doing. You want to create a space where you get to know that person, and most importantly, where that person gets to know you. You see? So don't look at the sample as, okay, I'm going to give a body lotion sample and then she's going to buy a body lotion for me. No, that is just looking at the tree, and you have to look at the forest. And the forest is, how much information can I get with a conversation, and how much can I show her that I am a person of value, that I am a person that cares about her needs, that I am a person that knows that she needs to create income for that child that she has at home, that I know that they cannot bring enough money as they want, because none of us do. This is a world where it is so difficult to really have the things that we want. And yet, Gabby's here, good. We want to be content. We want to be, you know, a lot of us are Christian here. We want to live on that mentality that we're content and that we're happy with what we have. But of course, it's not enough. And God did not put us in this earth to not have good things. He wants his children to have good things. So we need to create a millionaire mentality like Gabby and Dave. If they had conformed themselves for little, they would have little. But they thought, we want more, we want to help more people have more. And that's why their focus was always, we're going to create more millionaires. We're going to create more spaces where people will have more than what they think. And so Gabie and DAUGHTREY are the example of how can we educate people that they can have more, and they did it. So this is my part, and I'll jump back again later. Gabie, okay, good, we're back.
Thank you. I had to reinstall Zoom on my computer, so that took a little bit. But anyway, thank you for being on this call. There's 15 of us with 17, 15. So if we can get more people on the call, even better. There's no reason why we can't. Anyhow, I'm just going to tell you real quick. So my son is really into fitness, Brandon. He's our 22-year-old. And he basically said, Mom, you need to do this way of eating. I don't want to call it a diet, because diets are temporary. You know, people consider diets, you know, like I'm on this diet. And I don't want to call it a diet. I want to call it basically a new way of eating. And as we all know, after the age of 40, we start accepting the fact that we're getting older. Things start hurting. We start gaining weight. We start looking, you know, older. And we don't have to, okay? We don't have to. And that's why we're in this business. We're in this business of health and wellness. So about, I don't want to say 3 months ago, I started getting these really horrible joint pains, okay? And it was affecting mainly my feet, my ankles, my knees, and even my joints up on my body, my upper body. And I'm thinking, I feel like I'm 70 years old because I would think a lot of people at the age of 70, they feel, you know, sore. I always hear it. I always hear, oh my gosh, my bones are cracking. My bones were not cracking, but it's just a sign of wear and tear, right? So my son kept insisting, Mom, you got to try this. And I could see the progress he was making. You know, this whole year of the pandemic, year and a half, you know, keeping us at home, eating whatever we wanted, it really did take a toll on our family. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to go ahead and do the diet, well, do the lifestyle my son is so heavily pushing on me. What do I have to lose? I'll try it for a month, okay? And I tried it. I started about, now it's 6 days ago. 6 days ago, okay? And let me tell you, I already feel almost normal, okay? And it's just only been less than a week. So obviously he explained stuff to me. The diet we're doing, the lifestyle we picked was either paleo diet or keto diet, okay? Since he was doing keto, I chose to do what he's doing because he has the little glucose monitor and everything. So he tests my blood in the morning and then after I eat and then in the evening. So he's like my little coach. Anyway, I started eating what he said to eat. Let me just give you a rundown of what is recommended. So no sugar and no carbs, no simple carbs, just bread, tortillas, pastries, donuts, all that stuff is basically gone, okay? You can eat it, okay, occasionally if you're at your birthday party or something, it's okay. But obviously you don't want to do it very often because what happens is something called, they call it keto because your body utilizes ketones for energy and to burn fat. And that's what you're doing on this plan. So you need to go on low carb foods, okay? So you can eat any meat, bacon, beef, bison, chicken, duck, ham, hamburger, which is like ground beef, jerky, as long as it's not heavy in sugar, lamb, pepperoni, pork, sausage, steak, turkey. You can eat almost any seafood, vegetables, definitely any vegetable, mainly vegetable. You can even eat blueberries, which is a part of a fruit. Okay, we consider that fruit, and blackberries. We also eat raspberries. Dairy you can eat, although I am refraining from dairy because I do have a high inflammatory response to it, which what I mean by that is I have had food allergies that give me, my food allergy on dairy is extremely high because it causes bloated, and it doesn't matter if it's cheese or milk. I just have a high inflammatory response to milk. But you can have butter, cheese, cream cheese, heavy cream, and sour cream. And you can eat almost any nut. And the only flour you can use is almond flour and coconut flour. And you can basically make bread from those flours. And the reason I started this is because I didn't want to feel that way. I was telling Dave, my feet hurt so much. I had to go to like a store where they sell old lady shoes because my feet were hurting so much. And then I just thought, you know what, I'm going to try this. I have a lot of inflammation going on. And obviously because I was probably I was consuming too much sugar and simple carbs, okay? And I also did it because I'm in the health and wellness industry, and I want to reflect what we promote. I don't want to look like I'm always tired or my body hurts, because I was at one point, the last 2 weeks, I was at one point where I would get up from the chair and my body hurt. It took a few minutes of me walking to feel better. because my body hurts so much, my feet and my joints. And like I said, in less than a week, I'm not feeling those pains anymore. So let me just promote a few of the things that I'm using. I sent Claudia a link to this. I know that juicing is a pain in the butt, okay? Juicing vegetables, especially with the juicer I have, it's a really good one. But to clean the thing is a pain. It's really a pain. So when I look at it, I'm like, do I really want celery juice? Anyway, my son, he's been using this called Athletic Greens. And it's basically a green drink. And it looks like this. And it actually tastes really, really good. It's kind of like a green drink that tastes, it has a hint of pineapple taste. So it doesn't taste bitter, it doesn't taste like grass. It actually tastes really good. And that's what I'm using for my greens, okay? It's a little powder. So what I do is I put it in my, just a cup of water. And then, look for my collagen here. I already had it open. Then I add collagen to it. And what does collagen do? Collagen actually helps heal our joints. Okay, it helps heal our, you know, everything. It's especially the original collagen, the flavored collagen. But just for now, because I have this one on hand, I'm gonna put the type 1 collagen, which is the unflavored. And then what I do is I use this little mixer. It's a little whip. It's like a frother. You can buy these on Amazon, these whips. It just kind of helps you blend. I like using this for all our energy, our Rio Vida sticks, our protein. I like it well mixed. And then you just drink it. You can even add some of our unflavored aloe vera to that mix too. And of course, we all know aloe vera is really good for your gut and inflammation. So you can, at the same time, take your probiotics with this drink or your supplements, whatever they may be. Now, some of our products, you have to start reading labels when it comes to carbs. Hold on. It kicked me out again.
Yeah, I can hear you, but I can't see you. I can hear you, but I can't see you.
It won't let me, it wants to force quit on me. Okay, let me just finish here. Okay, so the most carbs you are recommended to consume a day is 30, okay? So 30 carbs are allowed. Think of it as money, okay? Once you run out of 30 carbs, you drop out of the ketosis state your body's in, okay? And at that point, you stop losing fat. Or you stop, in my case, I noticed that I started losing water weight. So what happens when your body is in an inflammation zone? Your body starts retaining water, okay? So in order for your body to start healing, you need to do things or stop eating certain foods. And in my case, my culprits were sugar and tortillas and bread. Sweet bread, because I bake a lot. So, you know, I just have to not eat what I bake or not bake at all. But when I look at our Rio Vida box, it says 7 carbs, okay? So I can still have something sweet to drink if I want with my food, because this Rio Vida contains 7 grams of carbs, which is okay, all right? Our protein bars contain 20 grams, all right? I can have a protein bar if I really have a sweet tooth that day. And I can have a Rio Vida stick, and that'll make 27 grams, okay? Now, if I want to, which you should exercise on any kind of food plan, you know, the ProTF protein contains 12 grams of carbs per 2 scoops. So that's very, very good. I'm holding the chocolate one. So the chocolate ProTF has 12 grams of carbs. Now, let's say you only do 1 scoop, then it's 6 grams, okay? So if you absolutely have to have something to, let's say you get really hungry at night, you can have a hard-boiled egg, and then you can have some protein with it before you go to bed. Let's say it's 9 o'clock and you go to bed at 10, 11. You know, you really shouldn't eat much before going to bed. You should actually refrain from eating too close to going to bed. But if you absolutely have to have something, that's what I would eat. And also, just in a week that I've been on this way of eating, I have basically, I've lost 4 pounds, okay? And that's in less than a week. And I'm not restricting my eating. I don't feel hungry, and I don't crave sweets, which is really unusual because, you know, this keto for me is working for me. It's working for me. Because I'm also following my son's advice. There's other things we're doing. We're cooking with olive oil. We're cooking with ghee butter. I was reading about ghee butter, and ghee is actually clarified butter that has been, all the dairy's been removed from it. So it's actually the best butter you can actually use to cook with, to basically do anything with. You can use it as a spread on your toast if you still eat bread. But the reason I chose avocado oil is because it has a high heat tolerance, so it won't oxidize. If oils oxidize, they basically ruin your cells, and so that's why avocado oil is one. And it doesn't taste like nothing, so it's actually really good for dressings. I like to grind up in a food processor my garlic for the month, and I use some avocado oil. I use I should do this for one of our next segments, how to prepare condiments for your cooking. But avocado oil with ground up garlic in a mason jar. That way, anytime you want to cook with garlic, which we do every day, it's already ready for you. All you have to do is scoop it with a spoon and put it in your meats and then cook them. It's really, really delicious, and it really brings everyone to the dinner table. So anyhow, let me see. Coconut cream is actually very good for you too. Alternatives to like carbs. My son buys coconut tortillas, which have maybe 3 carbs to them for dessert with, and he puts probiotic yogurt with some berries. So that's an easy dessert. And again, the reason why I'm doing this is for my health, okay? So I can feel better. But it also, in probably about a month, people are gonna ask me, wow, what have you been doing? You look a lot slimmer. And I mean, so easily can I say, oh, I'm using our protein, I'm using our protein bars, I'm using our Rio Vida sticks, I'm using our collagen, I'm using our products, okay? People want to see results. And what better way than to basically show them through myself? You know, any positive changes you have that you do, and you incorporate your products into your lifestyle, they're gonna wanna know more about it. They're gonna wanna know more than a post that you put about, oh gosh, you know, we got this new product. yeah, it's wonderful. It's wonderful for us. But for the person that sees you and then sees you maybe 30 days later, so much like a transformation, that's when they want to know more. So basically, that's what I've been doing. And as I said, a week makes a big difference with this kind of eating, okay? So avoid all sugars, bread. And here in the States, we call them tortillas. They're like little flat corn, made out of corn. I'm not sure in other countries. I don't really see them much in other countries other than Mexico and the US. But anyhow, Claudia, go ahead, take it away.
I like it. I like it because I have been trying to get Gabby into help because she bakes so good. She really does. And I haven't even tried her stuff, but everybody keeps saying it. So, so it's good. It doesn't mean that you need to stop eating the things you love and everything. But going back to that last statement that she made, people are watching you. And as soon as people start seeing her, in Gabby's case, she always looks excellent, right? Her hair is perfect, her makeup, everything. But when she starts, Gabby's a public person. She has to get to convention. People want to see what dress she's wearing. And then she's like a movie star. People are going to compare, or she got, bigger than the last convention. So she has a status to maintain. I mean, it's easy to understand. She's a platinum. She stands besides Dave, and they have, no matter what, even if they had a bad night's sleep, they still need to look like rock stars, right? And so this is what I want to transmit to everybody. We all do. Do you think Dr. Regina doesn't sometimes say, oh, I got to go run the 10K? He gets up and runs the 10K because then he has to be driving to one city and driving to the other city. And, it takes effort, and it takes commitment, and it takes discipline. And so what I'm going to finish my segment. Mine is about sugar. So she's saying don't eat sugar, and mine is eat sugar. But I'll show you, for those of you that are not ready for keto. But my point is, everybody's looking at you. Everybody's looking at what you're doing. And I put it on the chat. We're like, oh, nobody wants to talk about for life. Oh, I run out of people to talk to. No, people have to come to you. You need to attract them to you. You don't need to be chasing ambulances and, oh, maybe that person is sick. Maybe I can sell her a bottle of TF. No, none of that. We don't chase ambulance because we don't sell pills. If you're branding yourself as a pill seller or a bottle seller, then you need to rebrand yourself, because that's what my mentor, Dave Daughtry, he always said, we don't sell pills. This is what, if people are looking at you as somebody that is selling pills, you got to rebrand and change. You got to be the person that people want to be like. So to finish up, okay, Bansi, tell me that you're seeing my screen.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, so I know some of you came a little bit late, and so I did a first segment, and Gabby was telling her testimonial about what you heard, which is you need to dress the part. You are part of this company, which is a health company, and you, even if you are going through a health challenge, which many of us did when we started For Life, you need to look like you're doing something to get to the other side, right? So that's kind of like our point today. So to finish up, and that was because Gabby got really excited to share what's going on through the last week, and yay, Gabby, it's good. I love it. So let's go back to just a few more slides I have for you about, let me just go back to where I was. So sampling or a product that you get in your hands is more about creating the conversation. Gabby said it. You don't want to be chasing people with your bottle of tea. You want people saying, Gabby, what are you doing? That's amazing. Oh, wow, look at your hair, it looks great. And then she can talk about what she's doing. Not necessarily about a product. Listen to what she said. It's not about, oh, I'm going to tell her about how good our Inumi shampoo is. No, it's about creating a conversation. She said she's a storyteller, like we said at the beginning. So she said, wow, look, the thing is, weren't you guys like listening to the story and seeing what was happening with her? So she's like, listen, what happened was that my feet were swollen. I felt like an old woman, you know, and I know Gabby, you know, if she has to wear heels, she'll wear the heels. And Gabby is lovely. If she has to wear the you know, shoes without heels because she got tired, she will do it too, even if it's in front of 10,000 people. And because that's who she is a natural. But still, you know, people do expect her to look like, you know, I don't know what famous actress you guys have in Africa, but here's like Angelina Jolie. She needs to look like this. But the thing is, create that conversation. Get to know the person. Gabby said it. So the products that I chose, just to close up, it's 152, is you can buy products that you're buying your 100 points, like I said, and from your own product, you can create a few things that you can share with the neighbor, share at church, share in, you know, your kids' school to the teacher. So what could you do? So I prepared a few ideas of things that I like, and I found something that I haven't tried, and I found it really exciting that Asia, and we have some of our leaders from Asia, Gabby, so good for you for you call out to Asia. So NutriStart and protein is probably the easiest sharing product for me. You can make so much with protein. You can do smoothies, you can do food, you can put it in, and I'll show you some recipes. Excuse me, Rio Vita also, instead of just sampling the Rio Vita sticks, right? You buy a box, you have 15 sticks, and then you got to follow up on the stick. Why not make some creative ideas that create the conversation? Again, my topic that I want to leave today is you don't have to just hand out the sample and expect people to buy the box of Rio Vita or the bottle of TF or the bottle of juice. No, you want to create conversation about you love your healthy lifestyle. You look and feel better than 20 years ago. You now can enjoy life with your children because of what you do now, which is for life. So again, it really is a hook to create the conversation. It is not just a hook to sell the product. Collagen, tea, and energy sticks. However, you can do creative things like attaching a recipe or the PDF or both, so that, again, you may have somebody that is in Dave's 4 steps. We talked about the colors. So if you have a blue, I'll be excited to try it. But if I'm a green, you're not telling me anything about what you're giving me. So like I taught you, I think it was last week when we did the 4 steps to success. If you want to try and become that rainbow, you also got to get very creative and be very business oriented. Why people like sampling? It introduces the product to new people that don't know your brand. It also helps relationships and inspires loyalty with existing customers. You don't have to give a sample for people to buy. You can give a sample as a thank you to people that already buy, like Margaret, no, it wasn't Margaret, it was Florence, who sold a Right Start, and maybe she can take something to that customer, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. And so my Margaret is, I think Florence, right, was the one I spoke to earlier. She's taking a Right Start to her customer, or I'm not sure if she's taking it, but let's say she's taking it. What if she takes it and she uses one of the things that I'm going to show you today? And I'm getting to that in the next slide. You can also expand the knowledge of the products that you offer. Sometimes people think that you sell something for the immune system, but they forget that you have a skincare line, or they forget you have a transformation line, or they forget you have so many other lines, right? Especially in Africa, which you guys have all the lines. And so it gives people the opportunity that, yes, they might have come to you because Transfer Factor is our flagship product, but what if they add a cream to this order? Because everybody needs right now aqua with SPF 40. Everybody needs now and every day aqua with SPF 40 because we have an ozone hole happening, right? And so why are they not buying the day cream from you if it has a 40 SPF, right? Encourage repeat customers and more sales of new products and earn attention in your brand. I'm going to skip to this one because I'm getting short in time. Sampling helps customers make a more educated decisions. So people sometimes there's a lot of competition out there. So for you to give something, it may help them compare price, like this product is better and it costs this. And all of that just plays a role. This one was just something that I wanted to remember, the study that they did. There was a wine testing study that they did in the US, and it showed that the customers that enjoyed tasting were 93% more likely to spend an extra $10 at the winery. So again, going back to Florence's example that I made, what if Florence goes today and she hands out something? And it doesn't have to be, when I say something, it doesn't have to be a stick of energy. It can be something creative and improves. Okay, here, this is important. And then we're jumping to the examples. Sampling is super important, but you need to establish the goals of why do you want to do the samples. So say, this is what I want to achieve. This is how much I'm going to invest. This is what I'm going to do to make it look nice and professional. You can't just be, I mean, you could have, and Gabby used to do it. They've always said she had always her Numi lotion, and she would just start like putting lotion in everybody's hands at the games, and wow, yeah, right? But it created conversation, and it also created a space for her and Dave to get to know that person. But if you're doing it in this next way that I'm going to tell you, you have to almost be like an accountant of your own business. You can't be just handing out stuff and not, Gabby has told us this many times, samples are expensive. So you don't want to just be handing stuff without knowing if they're going to return to you. And so why do people want to try your product? Measure what you're doing. So the first batch of examples that I did, again, ProTF is probably my best selling sample. Why? Because you can give different things. You can give the sample of something you made, or you can actually share the recipe, and the recipe is the gift. So if you're using it online, so social media, you can attract by posting something and then saying, private message me for more recipes. So that's the call to action. So you use the social media to attract, you give them something, right? In the case of social media, you can't send the sample. So what you're doing is you're sharing the recipe, and then you're saying, call me for more recipes. Do you really want them to call you for more recipes? No, you want to call them so you can create a new conversation with them. But it's the value for the gift. Like if you need to get people to call you, like I was saying at the beginning. So I loved, again, these two, just because they were so different. I mean, you can do this with NutriStart and you can do it with ProTF. But if you see these two, one has a NutriStart lemonade and the other one has a mocha, like a flavor. So this is from Asia, and they get really creative. And so that's why I said, use Asia. They are a great example, or use your For Life Pinterest. So I want to go first to the list, just because we are not sometimes using all the resources that we have. So if you're not part of the 4.2 thousand followers of the For Life Pinterest page, you may be missing out on something. And again, this is just me. Maybe you don't want to follow any of what I'm showing you today with Gabby, but maybe you do. And you have all of these resources to share. Look at that. Did you know people put this is in different languages too, but there's so many recipes here that For Life has added for us. And they were from the NutriStart line, which is very popular. I don't think they have added too many new ones, but that's where I found the Asia Facebook page. I don't know if it's Singapore or Malaysia, but I thought, how creative are they? So you can use one of their videos. Oh, it's Singapore. Or you can make your own videos. Just watch a little bit of what they do and follow what they're doing. What do you think about that? Well, they have a lot more. Okay, and oops, okay. The next one that I wanted to put, because I personally like, are the protein balls, and it's just because you want to make sure that, for me, I take them everywhere because I can eat them, and then people are asking me for them. They're like, oh, what are you eating? And I pull them out of my little bag, and then I give them to people, and people know I'm into healthy eating and healthy lifestyle. So you can get really creative with whatever you're eating, like Gabby said, and use that as the opening to people ask you, oh, what are those green balls? They look really cute, right? That's if you're going places. So you take your container and you open it and you offer people. I do this at church all the time. In fact, I take them as a church. You know, when you're doing your prayer group, or you bring something, even if you're going to a party and you don't know what to get, and then you're spending money at the store because you want to look like you're healthy, you don't want to come with your hands empty, why not bring to the party a batch of protein balls? And so that's why I said they are a little bit on the sugary side, but they're still better than bringing a cake. No one at For Life should even still be eating cake, but if you do, it should at least be a healthier cake. Gabby's into keto, so I found this guy that made a keto, you can Google keto recipes for brownies with protein powder. And I found one, and you can make it in 1 minute. But what I love, and I wanted to talk to you about, is the protein ball. That's like my brand dessert. I make it, I make different, these are not mine. I took this because I thought it would give me the idea that I want to post to you. If you're not going places, and I know most of the world is now finally going places, but if you're just doing this online, then your algorithm will let people show a protein ball, but it won't show your protein. So if you say, I love my protein balls with no brand, no name, no website, Facebook, Instagram, and all of them are going to show it, because you're giving value, you're sharing something, you're branding yourself as a healthy person, or as a person that knows recipes about how to eat healthier. But you can't put, oh, I'm going to make these with my ProTF, because immediately Facebook and Instagram and all of them will take it off or not show it. Okay, so if you have any questions, we can talk about that. And last, actually, and Gabby was telling us this, when she was talking about her carrot cakes last time, you can profit from the item. Hey, why not make a business out of selling these balls? And again, don't get confused. We're all network marketers. I don't want people thinking that I'm promoting that you should become a salesperson of protein balls. I'm just saying that if you become really good at something, and it helps you advertise For Life in a different way. Gabby said it, there's nothing wrong with trying to make extra income with an additional source of income that still has to do with your business. So instead of trying to figure out, oh, I'm not making enough money from For Life, and now I have to go and sell something that has For Life in it. So make recipes, make cake, sell the cake, do something to get that business going. Don't go trying to do other businesses that take you away. So if you do something that is related to your business, then you're still branding yourself, and you're using it for people to be looking at you and what you're doing. And you can give it away as gifts to your friends. I chose these 3 different people that are making balls just to show you how creative you can get. And then people will go like, oh my gosh, they're so cool. And you're like, yeah, and the best thing, they're very good for your health. They're good for your immune system. They have transfer factor in them. That's why I chose the balls, because they're my favorite. So I'm done for today. It's 2:06. I hope you liked our presentation. Oh yeah, Gabby's still here. Now she's in camera. So let's take some questions just to finish up. And why did Gabby go away again? Did that camera go back to not showing her? Gabby.
Yeah, it wants me to restart my Zoom again.
Okay,
Anyway.
let's finish up. Any questions for Gabby, or any ideas, or something you want to share? An idea that you want to share?
Let me just share real quick. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but the reason why my feet and my ankles and my joints were hurting a lot was because I had a lot of inflammation, okay? And inflammation, we all have it, okay? It's a silent killer. That's why we have heart attacks, strokes. That's why we have, you know, a lot of water retention. So if you suffer from water retention, if you suffer from joint pain, you have an underlying condition that you need to address, whether it's a food. It mainly is a food. We all have different food allergies, and we acquire these food allergies as we age, okay? We don't know why. I asked my allergist once, why do we gain these food allergies? And he said, because you eat them too frequently, okay? So if you're a person like that eats a lot of, you have to rotate your foods. Like if you like avocado, maybe eat it 3 times a week. If you like chocolate, maybe eat it once a week. But obviously, if you're on a low carb, let's say a low carb diet, then you should basically eat low inflammatory foods. Okay. Now, don't eat. I can't eat beans because they're higher in carbs. I can't basically eat any grains, no grains. But believe me, if it worked for me, and I'm one of those people that said, I don't want to give up my bread. I don't want to give up my tortillas. I don't want to give up these things. Don't do that. Don't do that, because you're self-sabotaging your body into saying, I can't do this way of eating. And this is a way of eating I have to accept for the rest of my life, because my body seems to love it, okay? As long as I refrain from sugar and bread. Because those are my high inflammatory foods. So best way to know is take a food allergy test, okay? And then go from there. Start eliminating those foods that cause inflammation. And believe me, you'll feel better. Your inflammation will go down. You'll start losing weight. You'll start losing that bloatness in your belly. You'll start looking younger. And obviously incorporate your products into this, and people are going to be watching you, and they're going to want to know what you're doing. All right. So anyhow, that's my advice.
Very good, Gabby. I want to say hi to, very good. Dr. Regina saying he's going to try it. God bless for the wonderful presentation. Emmeline, Tessie has a question, but Emmeline, the situation with your question is that we're recording, and I want to post later this on social media. So I cannot or let Gabby answer any health questions. So it really is, I don't even want to read it, because then they're going to make us shut down our video, Emmeline. But Gabby, do you know Emmeline Yui Tessie? Do we have her number so we can answer her privately?
You know, she can message me. Where are you from? Are you from Malaysia, Singapore? Are you with Dr. Uli or?
Emmeline, Gabby can talk to you more about this, and if you in Philippines.
Oh, okay.
Can you give us your number in the chat, and then I can give it to Gabby, or just
she can private message me on Messenger if she has it.
She probably has. You're probably in a group with Gabby. That's how you got the notification. So you can just private message her, Emmeline. And yeah, she says she understands, because you know it's very but it's very interesting. Yeah, she says thank you. Yes. So just, you can message Gabby. She's available for anyone and everyone. And if she doesn't have the answer, she's going to call Dr. Regina and get it, or many of the doctors that she has on her list. So don't worry.
Just friend me. I know I know it sometimes, you know, I don't look at all my friends list. I got friends that I haven't friended yet, because I'm not excuse me, I don't go on social media as much as before. So
very good. So Gabby, since we have you on camera, before it takes you out again, say goodbye so we can close the recording, and love your people from San Diego, and give everybody, please, some good love and hearts to Gabby with your emojis. Gabby, you can say goodbye to everybody now, and everybody can open their mics and say goodbye to Gabby.
Let me see. Well, everyone, thank you for taking the time. I mean, this is time, really. This Claudia and I prepare, and I appreciate for your attendance. And you know, this is an international call, so if you have anyone that's interested in knowing more about our business, invite them on these calls and remind them right before the call. That's what I do. I have to do that because otherwise people do forget. I'm the same way, you know. I'll sign up for a conference call for whatever seminar I want to attend, because I do listen to seminars on health and all kinds of different subjects. And sometimes I forget to attend them because I expect a notification right before the call. I'm just that kind of person. I'm really busy. Things happen from one moment to the other. There's always something going on in our family or our business. So it is, and all of you have the same, you know, basically the same life, you know. You're always busy. There's always something to do. But I appreciate your time. And we love you, David, and I love you and appreciate you. And again, if there's something you would like to share with us, just let Claudia know, message her or message me. I'm on Messenger. If you have, I don't think you have to be friends in order to, you know, message me, but I'm available for any of you. Thank you so much for being here. Love you guys.
Thank you, Gabby. Bye-bye. Thank you, Emmeline. And Hui Yi, I think she's got an American name. It's good to see you, Emmeline. Thank you for joining us in this Monday. It's still Monday for you guys? No, it's Tuesday for Philippines. Thank you for joining us. I think I think it's a weird time for Emmeline and Hui for Asia. But thank you guys. And I think, let me see if there was anybody else new. Thank you for the newer people. And Anna, thank you for joining us. See you next Monday on Mentor Monday. Tomorrow, Tuesday, Health Talk with Dr. Regina. Don't miss it. And if you want to see Gabby again, but that's, yeah. Gabby, are you doing English in the Portuguese meeting and they translate to Portuguese?
Portuguese on tomorrow, having one for a private one for a group in Brazil, and then Wednesday we have the one on the calendar.
Which you do in English, right? Okay.
I do in English, yes. I do it in English, and Jonathan translates it to Portuguese.
So if you want to see Gabby in English on Wednesdays, you can go into the Portuguese meeting. She does the part in English and they translate to Portuguese, but you can still learn what she says because it's in English. So lots of ways to still learn from our great mentors. Thank you, Gabby. Thank you, everybody. We love you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.